Hello, this is Bern, and on today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you why being single and not being able to connect with your ideal soulmate are not real problems, and what you can do today to change your situations around to get exactly what you want. Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to your greatlifetv.com, a space where I share with ambitious, conscious, heart-centered, and successful women how you can create the relationship of your dreams and attract the quality kind of man that you want as a direct result of stepping into the most alive and feminine version of you without the need for gimmicks, manipulation, or crazy tricks. Now, you might be thinking I'm going a little crazy when I say that being single, not having the ability to go past the second date, craving that deep devotional connection with a man and not finding it, that those are not real problems. Here's what I mean by that. The reason why I share that these are not problems is because those experiences are symptoms of problems, but not the actual problem itself. I'll give you an analogy. Imagine that you say, well, why did the person die? And somebody says, well, the heart stopped. Well, that's the problem, the heart stopped. No, if you ask why did the heart stop because this person was shooting heroin and doing crack cocaine at the same time, so it just felt an explosion of sorts and it stopped working. That's the real problem. The drug addiction was a problem, the heart stopping was a symptom of the bigger problem. Now, I'm also clarifying right now that I don't think that being single is negative. I'm not saying being single is negative. I'm just saying if you want to stay single, if you love being single, then all the power to you, sister. Turn off the video, move on. However, if you're like the majority of human beings, not just women, but men who are single and want a relationship, and the reason they're not in a relationship that's meaningful is because they can't find it. Not because they don't want to, but because they can't find it. Then this message is for you. Because those are the symptoms of real problems. Let me share with you a few problems so you can understand the gigantic difference in these two different situations. A real problem is feeling deep inside unworthy of love of an amazing man and choosing guys who don't love you the way you want to be loved so that you don't have to share your heart with vulnerability and fear being emotionally, physically, and spiritually naked and not enough. See, the guy who's not fully into you, you'll never feel not good enough with him at the level that you would with someone who really wants to see you and who will actually have the courage and patience to see all sides of you, the good and the bad, the parts you hate about yourself. See, that's a real problem. Another real problem is you choosing unavailable men, subconsciously, not despite the fact they're unavailable, but because they're unavailable. Why? Because let's say you fear abandonment. And if you choose an unavailable man, he can never abandon you. Why? Because he was never in it to begin with. So if he's never in it to begin with, you can't lose as much as if you lose it all from someone who truly loved you. A deep problem is not knowing how to ask the right questions very early on the dating process, and then going in 25, 30, 40, 50 dates, or spending a year with a wrong partner and then find out that something that's vital and fundamental to your well-being was never addressed and it's a showstopper. And now you've invested/wasted a year of your life on that man. That's a real problem. A real problem is not feeling courageous enough to set the right boundary to say no or fuck no to a man who is wanting to go deeper than you want to without actually showing up strong enough for you to feel confident and open to give him what he wants. So if you can't set that strong boundary with him, then guess what happens? You feel disrespected. You feel violated in some way, and then your heart starts closing, and then you go to the next guy and your heart is a little bit more closed. You start becoming cynical, all because you were not able to set a boundary that allowed you to feel respected and him to either show up more strongly or disqualify himself from the running. That's a real problem. A real problem is saying there's no good men in my city. Because the reality is there are some good men. For whatever reason, you're not connecting with them. There are 3.5 billion men on the planet. I have to imagine that a good portion of them, in the thousands, are potential partners of yours, and some are in your close vicinity. So here's the thing. The reason why so many men and women don't find the love they want is they're attempting to solve the symptom versus the problem. And let me show you the difference. If you solve the problem of feeling unworthy, if you become more worthy, And then as a result of that, you can now feel open to make eye contact with, sustain a conversation, accept a date, and enter a relationship with an amazing man. Well, then you solved it from the root. But if you say, well, I'm not connecting with enough quality guys right now, and the true essence is because you feel not confident enough, and we don't address the confidence, we just address the guy situation, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to magnify pain exponentially. Here's why. Because if the solution to the symptom is, well, go on more dates, every date that you go on with a lack of confidence will make you feel even less confident. And every guy you connect with without setting those strong boundaries will help reinforce the bullshit idea that men are mean and bad for you. Well, some men are mean and bad for you, but some men are awesome for you. But you'll just start seeing everyone that way because you were solving the symptom, not the root cause. So my advice for you right now is, if you've not been able to find love for months, or let's be honest, years, more likely than not, you haven't identified the real root cause and you're addressing the symptom, not the solution, not the problem. So I hope you find this helpful, useful, and insightful. And if you do, my dear, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. Number 1, click like or thumbs up on this video. Number 2, subscribe to my channel and click the little bell if you want to be notified of new episodes as they come out. Most important of all, there's 2 parts to this ask that I have of you. First one is, if you want to understand how to go deeper and how to enter the best relationship of your life, I created a masterclass that's free. All you do is click on the first link on the description of this video, enter in an email, be immediately redirected to that masterclass, 40 minutes long, absolutely free, full of insights for you. If you're listening to me and you're saying, Bern, I'm tired of videos, I want hand-holding, actionable help, and specific, customized advice to my situation, then there's another link on the description of this video that will allow you to apply to work with me. I'll read every application personally. If I feel I can help you, my assistant will reach out and set up a time to connect. Thank you so much for connecting with me. And as always, I challenge you to live a full and a conscious life.